Hi there, I'm Paddy Byrne and welcome to Freefall 365 Live. Over the weekend I installed the employee ideas template onto Microsoft Dataverse for Teams. I got the name correct, that's a start. So Microsoft Dataverse for Teams, you can get down these templates, and one of them is the employee ideas app template. You can install it and it's a nifty wee app. But what you do, I'll show you in a second, you create an employee idea and you upload it with some images and some attachments, and it gets saved into Dataverse for Teams. So what I'll show you the app first. It really, once it's in there though, all it does is it stays there. It doesn't actually go anywhere. So we thought it'd be good if it went into and created a user story in Azure DevOps so that someone can pick that up and action that employee idea if it's worthwhile. Now I'm not going to take full credit for this idea because it was someone else's idea. I just put it into action and then expanded on it a bit over the weekend. So let's have a look at the Dataverse for Teams, the wee sample app that we've got. This is the employee ideas app. We have these campaigns along the bottom, and what you can do, you can click on one of these. You can see some ideas, and you can submit a new idea. So what I'll do, I'll just submit an idea. You've got a title, put a description in there. You've got some questions, and all this is fully configured as well, so you can add more questions, you can add a file, and you can add an image. And once you hit submit, that saves it into Dataverse for Teams. And let's just have a look at where we save it. It saves in right in the right screen. In this, so we've got solution here in this employee idea table. So we can go in, and if we click edit data, we can see the ideas in that table. But that's all it does. So it'd be good if, again, like I said earlier, those ideas went up to something like Azure DevOps. That's what we're going to use. And so as a work item that could be actionable. So this is three parts. The first thing we're going to do in tonight's stream is create the work item in Azure DevOps. That's quite straightforward because those actions do that. And then tomorrow night, same time at 11 o'clock, we're going to get some more information. So those questions, we're going to add them as comments in our Azure DevOps user story. And then on Wednesday night, which is 2 days time, we're going to do part 3, which will be adding some of the cover images here and the attachments up to Azure DevOps. And that kind of gets harder as it goes along, because this bit's quite straightforward, because there's actions within Power Automate that does it for you. We can just use those actions. A bit more complicated tomorrow night, and then on Wednesday night, it's a wee bit more complicated again, because you're looping through files, adding files, and then adding attachments within Azure DevOps. So let's take it a step at a time, and let's look at the first problem. As I said, when you submit your idea, it gets created as a row in this table in Dataverse. So that's going to be your trigger. We're just going to use the Common Data Service Current Environment Connector, because that is what Dataverse is. It's the Common Data Service, but rebranded. So we're going to say when a record is created or updated, we will choose the employee. We're going to say created. We'll choose the employee ideas table. That's the one there. And we'll just do the organization. So whenever a record or row is created in that table, we're going to trigger this flow. And we're not doing any conditional statements, we're just going to run with it. We are then going to use the Azure DevOps connector to create a new work item. I've got my Azure DevOps environment here. You can see there's no work items in it, and we're in a project called Closing Pin. If we select the environment, project name, the type of work item we're going to create, which is going to be a user story, and the title will be the title of the row. The name, it's not name, it is title. And the description will be the description. Because again, if we look back at our table, we've got the title, we have the description. Just add the dynamic content in there. I'll do this. And what I want to do, I want to update this row here in our employee ideas table with the URL to the work item in Azure DevOps and with the work item ID. So what I did, if I go back to my solution here, I've created a solution which is employee idea. Oops. Employee idea extended solution. And I added a few fields. So I've got a URL and a whole number, work item ID and work item URL. So common data service current environment again. I'm going to update the record. Choose employee IDs again. Take the employee ID unique identifier from our trigger. And if we look, scroll down, work item ID and work item URL, and we can get that from our Azure DevOps action. There we go. So we'll save that and we will run a test. Once it saves, okay, so let's run a test. Let's go back to Teams. We'll actually just submit this idea. Let's put let's just put the date on it just to make sure we, in case we do multiple tests. There, we'll keep the description. Got some scores. Let's add a file as well. Let's add a Excel file. If I've got one, yeah, it's just a CSV file. We'll add a cover image as well. We'll add a JPEG one. Don't want to pick anything big. That's just some branding there. So we have a title, a description, some responses, a file, and a cover image. And if I click Submit Idea, let's go back to our. Let's do make sure it does submit first. That's us done. The idea appears in the list, and we can go and edit it if we want or delete it. But Power Automate, let's see if that will trigger. So drum roll here. That says what we'll do. We'll keep it nice and simple for tonight. We'll keep it at this, if it works. And then what we'll do, we'll tomorrow evening, same time, around about 11 o'clock. Well, there we go. It's completed successfully. We get the 3 green ticks. That looks good. And if we just refresh that page, we should see a work item. We've actually got 2. Interesting. I don't know why we've got 2. I know why we've got 2. Because I left my test flow on. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. It's this one here. I've got 2 flows running at the same time. Typical. That was my backup in case it all went wrong. So let's do it again in Teams with another idea. See, it's a good job I put the date on there. Submit an idea just to prove to you that it works. We'll say 23rd of the 11th, 2020, 23:19. add a file. Let's show a CSV up there. Let's put an image up there of my cowboy hat for my up and coming webinar. Submit the idea. We're looking for 2319. Look at that straight away. And there we go, there's my work item with no comments, just a description, no attachments yet, because that's all we've done. And that's all we're going to do for today, because like I said, we'll keep it short, we'll keep it simple. There's a lot of information missing from that though. If you look, you've got look at the information we could capture. We've got attachments and we've got an image. What we'll do, here we've got these responses, the responses to these other queries, and these are actually stored in another table. So what we'll do tomorrow night, about 11 o'clock, we'll start streaming. I'll do another live stream, and I'll show you how we get these responses attached as comments in our Azure DevOps item. So what the end result will be discussion, and the comments for each of those queries will be there. And to do that, we'll need to use an HTTP REST request. So until tomorrow night, please subscribe, get notifications so that you'll know when I go live. I'm just doing these as I find something new and cool out. But please join me tomorrow night. Until then, bye.